Hi, I'm Jhonna, and this is my channel, Jhonna Unfiltered. This channel is my learning diary, where I share my journey of discovering everything from personality types to how to care for different dog and cat breeds. I want to be clear that I am not a professional veterinarian or a pet expert. I am a learner, just like you, documenting what I find. Because I want this diary to be as real as possible, I have a special request. It's becoming quite challenging to find unique, high-quality pet photos online, and AI-generated images are not always perfect. I would much rather feature your pets than a generic stock photo. If you would like to see your dog or cat featured in my upcoming videos, please send a high-quality photo to jhonna.unfiltered@zohomail.com. When you email me, please include your pet's name and their breed. And yes, I love mixed breeds too, a bit about their personality so I can introduce them properly, and a short note giving me authorization to use their pictures on this channel and in future videos. I can't give an exact date for when each photo will appear, but having a collection of real pets from our community would be so helpful. Let's build this connection together. I can't wait to see your furry friends. Now, let's get into today's video. So today, I want to talk about a dog that most people have probably never heard of. And honestly, I also only discovered this while I was randomly researching one night. And that's the Barbado da Terceira, also called the Terceira cattle dog. This dog comes from a small island in Portugal called Terceira. And what really caught my attention is that this breed has been around for more than 500 years. Imagine that 5 centuries, and it's still not very popular worldwide. That already tells you something, right? This is not a trendy dog. This is a working dog, built for survival, not for social media. And when I say working dog, I mean serious work. Because this breed was used to handle wild cattle, not the calm farm animals we usually imagine, but strong, aggressive cattle in rough environments. So right away, you can already expect that this dog is not going to be easy, and definitely not for beginners. Physically, this dog looks very unique. It has this thick, wavy coat that looks messy in a good way, like a natural, rugged kind of beauty. And the most noticeable feature is the face, because it literally looks like the dog has a beard, a mustache, and even eyebrows, which is actually where the name Barbado comes from. It means bearded. And I'm not going to lie, when I first saw pictures, I thought it looked like a mix of several dogs. Because it can resemble other breeds, like the bearded collie or even the Portuguese water dog. But when you look closely, it has a heavier, more solid build, and the coat has more volume. Not flat, not too curly, just thick and wavy. The size is medium, not too big, not too small. Usually around 20 to 23 inches for males, and a bit smaller for females. And the weight can go up to around 66 pounds. So this is not a tiny dog you can just carry around. And even though people say it's low shedding, don't get too excited. Because low shedding does not mean low maintenance. The hair can still get tangled, dirty, and full of debris. So you will need to brush it regularly, like several times a week, or else it will turn into a mess. Now, let's talk about personality, because this is where things get very real. This dog is loyal, like very loyal. The kind of dog that will stick to you, follow you around, and even try to lean on you, or give what some owners describe as full-body hugs. Which sounds cute, but remember, this is not a small dog, so that hug can feel heavy. They bond deeply with their family. But here's the thing, they are not naturally friendly to strangers. They are protective, they are alert, and they will not immediately trust new people. Which is good if you want a guard dog, but also a problem if you don't know how to handle it. This is why socialization is very important. And I mean early socialization, not something you do later when the dog is already grown and set in its ways. Another thing is intelligence. This dog is smart, but not the type that blindly follows commands. It's the kind of smart that makes decisions. Like you give a command, and the dog kind of pauses, like it's thinking, do I really want to do this? So yes, it can be trained, but you need to be consistent, confident, and patient. Because if you are too soft or inconsistent, the dog will take control. And that's not something you want with a strong working breed. Also, this dog is very vocal. Not just barking randomly, but using different sounds and even body language like head tilts to communicate. So if you like quiet dogs, this might not be for you. Now, let's talk about energy because this is very important. This is not a lazy dog. Not even close. This dog was bred to move large animals, to work all day, to stay active in rough conditions. So if you put this dog in a small space with nothing to do, it will get bored. And a bored, intelligent dog is a destructive dog. That means chewing, digging, barking, maybe even trying to escape. So this dog needs a job. And when I say job, it doesn't have to be actual cattle herding. But it needs something like long walks, training sessions, agility exercises, or even games that challenge its mind. If you cannot provide that, then honestly, this breed is not for you. Health-wise, the good news is that this is generally a strong and healthy breed, because it developed naturally over time, not heavily modified by selective breeding, which usually means fewer genetic problems. But still, like many medium to large dogs, it can have issues like hip dysplasia, which affects the joints, and bloat, which is a serious stomach condition. So proper care, diet, and regular checkups are still very important. And since this is a rare breed, finding one can be difficult. And even if you do, you need to be ready, not just financially, but mentally and physically. Because this is not a casual pet, this is a commitment. And I want to be honest here, because I know some people watch videos and think, oh, that dog looks cute, I want one. But owning a dog like this is not about looks. It's about lifestyle. If your lifestyle does not match the dog's needs, both you and the dog will suffer. And I think that's something we don't talk about enough. We focus too much on appearance and not enough on responsibility. And I also want to say this, because I know some people might notice that sometimes the visuals I use don't exactly match the breed. And yes, that's true, because this is a very rare dog, and it's honestly hard to find good, free images. And like I said earlier, this is my learning diary. I am learning as I go. I am not a professional video creator, and I am not pretending to be one. I am just someone who is curious. Someone who reads, watches, researches, and then shares what I learn. So I can remember it better and hopefully help others learn too. And I think learning should be like this. Not perfect, not polished, but real and continuous. So if you are someone who wants perfect visuals and perfect editing, this might not be the channel for you. And that's okay. There are many other creators out there. But if you are someone who enjoys learning, who is curious, who doesn't mind the process, then maybe we can learn together. So now I want to ask you, have you ever seen this breed before? Or do you prefer more common dogs? And why? Thanks for watching. If this video resonated with you, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I want to be upfront and share that I use this text-to-speech voice to tell my stories because as a full-time ESL teacher, I have to be very careful with my vocal cords. Managing vocal nodules means I have to save my voice for my students, but I didn't want that to stop me from sharing these unfiltered thoughts with you. I'm Jhonna, and I'm currently working toward my goal of 1,000 subscribers so I can finally monetize this channel and turn this passion into a sustainable part of my future. This is my diary of solo living here in the Philippines, and your support, whether through a comment or a sub, helps me keep this channel growing. If you would like to help out even more, you can check out the Buy a Treat for My Pets link in the description. My dogs definitely appreciate the love. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss the next update. Thank you for being such an important part of this journey. I'm Jhonna, and I will see you in the next one.